is giving a speech tonight. Vicki is working on a leadership development path. This speech is from level 3. Congratulations. And it is connecting with storytelling. Please welcome Vicki with her speech, Envision the Future. Vicki. Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters, tonight's theme is doing the impossible. I got to thinking about that. And when you want to do something and you think about it, does it really become possible then? It is said that if you can imagine something, that is the first spark and seed that will bring to fruition what it is that you want. Several people talked about the moon landing. Did you know that when they proposed the moon landing, on one wall they had a huge moon on that wall, and everybody who was working on that project would come into work and see that moon every day, and when they would leave, see that moon every night and think about that. And it was always on their mind. As most of you know, I enjoy vision boards. You get to figure out what it is that you want, put it up so that you can see it. But the best part is then feeling those feelings and knowing what it's going to be like when you achieve that goal. Now, Peter Vidmar is an Olympic gymnast, and he talks about visualization. He and his teammate, Tim Daggett, after practice, would go into the gym and they'd say, okay, we're at the Olympics, and it's just us and the United Republic of China. At that point, China was the reigning world champions. And so that's who they figured they would have to beat in the Olympics. And they would go into the gym, and they would think, okay, we're neck and neck with the Chinese. We're down to our last event. We need to score perfect scores in order to win. So Peter Vidmar would do his announcer voice. And up next on the high bar is Tim Daggett. Tim would go through his routine. He'd get off. Then he would say, up next from the United States of America on the high bar, Peter Vidmar. Peter would get into position. He'd look at the coach, who would be, he would envision as the judge, and raise his arm to let him know that he was ready to go. He would do his routine. And then they would sit for a few minutes, and then they would announce the scores. Peter Vidmar with a 9.9 for the gold. And they would do this over and over again. And the one key thing that they would do is they would pretend that they were getting the gold. Each of them would bend over, and they would sing the national anthem every time. They did this over and over again. In 1984, Los Angeles hosted the Olympics. And Peter Vidmar and Tim Daggett were there representing the United States of America. And this was in the Poly Pavilion at UCLA. Now, this was their home gym. And as they had predicted in their vision, they were neck and neck with the Chinese. And it came down to the last event, the high bar. They get goosebumps thinking about this, and Peter Vidmar is the last to go. Representing the United States of America, Peter Vidmar. He looked over at the judge, raised his hand, but envisioned his coach. He was looking at his coach. He did his routine. And afterwards, they announced that he had gotten a 9.95, winning the gold for the United States in the Olympics. And there they were, both of them on the podium, bending down to get their award, putting their hand on their hearts, and singing the national anthem as the flag was raised for the United States. But what's really interesting is he said in that moment, when there were 13,000 people in the crowd, and even more watching on TV, he felt like he was standing alone in the gym with Tim and experiencing the raising of the flag. So fellow Toastmasters, if there is something that you want, visualize it, but you have to practice it also. It's not going to come if you just think about it. But visualization definitely helps the process.